Good morning, Kenyans. Come where we talk. This morning I want to talk about the affordable houses. I've been listening to our dear president's argument on why it is right to tax people, those ones who are employed to build houses for affordable houses. And the major argument here is that there are a lot of people in Kenya who are living below the poverty line and they can't afford houses. Some of them are living in places where they don't have toilets. And so it's a little bit of sacrifice for the employed to help their brothers actually live decently. On the surface, that looks very, very, very valid. And it's true. There are so many people who don't have houses, who don't have a decent shelter. And you know, shelter is one of the basic needs. But let's ask ourselves this question. Let's give ourselves the best case scenario that this gentleman or lady who doesn't have a house is given those affordable houses. And I mean given, free of charge, because that is how it should be, because of course the land is public, the money is taxpayers' money. So since we're helping him, let's give him the house. Now that he has got the house, where does he get the food? How does he pay for electricity? How does he pay for water? Does that mean then that we are going to go back to the employed people so that they can maintain these people in those affordable houses? Because they have to eat, they have to pay for electricity, and that clean water. So how will it proceed? Ask yourself that question. So, isn't it putting the cart before the horse? What should have been the priority? Shouldn't it have been to create a conducive investment environment in Kenya so that more jobs are created and these people who are living in the slums can afford a few shillings so that they can actually get their own houses, yeah, food, and whatever they need. What do they need first? Do they need employment or they need houses? So if we were taxing the employed people so that we can create industries that will employ these people who don't have employment, or we can create production in this country, then it would be making some sense. But now the way it is, this is just a scam. Because, please tell me, we are collecting money for affordable houses. We are building houses for affordable, we are building the houses and we are selling them. By the way, before I forget, the current budget that was read this month, did it have an income called sale of affordable houses? Because it definitely should have. Because if the affordable houses are being sold, then we should have an income from the affordable houses. So this is just a pit, a way to actually siphon money from employed people into individual people's pockets. It's not meant for those people, because if we really needed to help them, we would make this country be able to create enough employment for them so that they can support themselves. Otherwise, this is a scam. It's not that I don't care for my brother who doesn't have a house. No. But let me, even if I build him a house and I don't give him a way to survive tomorrow, then there was no need of building him a house. I should have invited him to my home so that I support him like my child. So, Mr. President, you may be telling us that we've got good intentions to clear the slums so that people can have a decent life. But a decent life is not a good house. A decent life is having an income where you can afford to do your things the way you want. A decent life is not having piped water. A decent life is affording the water. A decent life is not having a toilet in a house that you cannot afford the rent for. A decent life is having a salary or an income where you can build your own house. And furthermore, in the rural areas where I come from, if you find somebody living in a compound, that of his own, and he doesn't have a toilet, the problem is not poverty. Yeah, there's another problem. Because all you need to do is to dig a pit where any able-bodied person will be able to do that and create a petrol train. For the slums, that's a different case altogether. Another thing, these affordable houses that you are building in the rural areas, do not think they are going to get occupancy. Please move around the rural areas. You'll find a lot of unoccupied houses. We haven't got a housing problem in the rural areas. Yes, we have a housing problem in the urban areas, but please, we don't have a housing problem in the rural areas. We have an income problem in the rural areas. So what we need to have water for irrigation. We need to have value-adding industries in the rural areas. We want to have good infrastructure so that we will be able to transport our products, not affordable houses in the rural areas. That's my take.